Oh, jeez. Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I'm your host, Jose Garza. Alongside with me today are my co-hosts, Trigger Trey Parker, Arturo Ibarra. Trey, how are you doing today, brother?
Living the dream, man. Just busy and tired from work. Yourself?
Oh, I feel the same way. All right, how about you, man?
Same, man. Just glad that we get a little chill time today in the afternoon, talk some sports. Just finished a nice home cooked dinner though, so I don't know, man. If you guys want to know what we ate, hey, just send up some questions.
Well, let me ask you this, because we're all talking about work. We're all fathers. We got kids. And we got wives. We're exhausted. We come home. We love them. We eat and hang out. Whatever we do. But in the morning, when you wake up and you're ready to go to work, what's the first thing you do? Trey, I'm going to ask you first. What's the first thing you do? Like, what pumps you up for the day?
My alarm. It says, "Get your ass up, bro." I don't know, man. I've always been like an early morning guy. So normally, unless I'm completely just exhausted or something, like as soon as my alarm hits, I'm up and I'm running. But it's always after that first piss. You got to have that first piss, and then you're freaking,
You're on your way.
That's it, baby.
What about you?
Well, I think for me, man, it's like get up, crack open a cold one. Nah, I'm joking, man. I wish that was the case.
That'd be impressive.
Probably a cold shower, man. I just go in and get in the shower every morning and.
So you're a morning shower.
Cold?
Well, I
actually cold showers are underrated, bro.
I have to do both, man. If I don't do a cold shower at night and I don't do a cold shower in the morning, man, I won't sleep and I won't have a good day, man.
I dig it. I'm a night shower guy, so I dig it.
But cold, wow. Okay.
Hey, cold will wake you up like that, bro. It is amazing.
I understand that. But some people, Trey, when they wake up, they go, Broncos country.
That's right. He started a movement, baby.
That's right.
He started a movement. Have you seen all the people that are doing it now? It's
my God, it's such a trend.
I love it though because it's so cheesy, but you can't make fun of it too much because it's good. I love it.
So it's so much fun. Every time I'm playing on the Xbox, whether I get a kill or I score, and I'm just like, that's right.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
All right, well, guys, let's ride with some questions today. On this episode, we're gonna go on some Q&As. We have not been approved to answer any questions.
That was creepy. All right. I am a little terrified right now. What questions are we getting asked, bro?
Woo! I mean, question number one, what was that?
Yeah. Question number one, am I going to die right now?
Is it as terrifying as 10 episodes ago when someone screams out, because that shit scared me that day.
Nah, we just so like I was saying, we're just having dinner, just finished feeding the baby. We're introducing foods into her meal plan, so it's kind of fun though. But right now, I'm just taking care of her. That's why my camera's a little bit higher. You can't see the baby. She's not.
She hasn't signed
the podcast yet.
She hasn't signed the waiver yet.
Yeah, she hasn't signed the waiver yet.
No consents yet. All right. All right, well, let's go ahead and go do some Q&A. So I went on social media and messaged some friends, be like, guys, you have any questions for the podcast? Anything y'all want? Got plenty of responses. So if y'all are ready, here we go.
Let's do it.
Question number one. This comes from our boy, Jesse Santos. He wants to know top 5 running backs of all time.
Ooh.
Trey, I'm going to start with you.
Pass. That's such a hard question, bro. Oh my god.
All time, baby.
Are we supposed to 1 to 5 or just overall?
Oh, all time, bro. All time.
It's so brutal to do just overall, you know what I mean? Like basketball, football, any of those sports. It's so hard, man. Shit.
Say out of your chest, Trey. You've been a sports fan. Come on. That's right.
Okay, I can I say a top 5, but not in a specific order, or does it have to?
Sure, no.
Okay, so I got to throw Barry.
Okay.
I got to throw Emmett.
Okay.
Oof, man.
And after we answer ours, I'll go ahead and tell y'all what Jay's was.
Personally, I'm a it might be Walter Payton, obviously.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm trying to think, man. There's so many good damn running backs, bro. Okay, I'm gonna go with those three for now. Let me think on some a little bit more. That's a tough ass question, bro.
Or do you got any on your top of your head? Top 5
So I
running
will
backs?
go with those three as well. I will probably add what's his name? Man, I literally just had it right now. Adrian Peterson, man. I think Adrian Peterson was a good one.
Yeah, I kind of
He's
want
on mine.
AP. Yeah, I could go.
He's out there.
Another one for me is Jim Brown.
Yep.
Those are my
I
top
was
five.
like, I was waiting for you to say it. I was like, come on,
I
man.
think those are my top 5. It's just, dude, it's so like because I want to throw Terrell Davis in there, but I know there's people that are better than him. I want to throw like Marshall Faulk.
Yep.
Fuck Dicker, dude. Gosh, damn it,
Dickerson.
Narrow down to 5 is so complicated.
I think I would add another one, Hester, man. I think he was a good running back, but he was also a great punt returner, man. So I don't know.
I mean, they put him more as a special teams Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he ended up being a special team. Well, technically,
he's not a Hall of Famer either. They didn't add him.
Oh, they haven't yet. He's a candidate, right?
Not even a candidate, dude.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard they kind of snubbed him. I thought he would be just because of his special team skills in general.
There was a huge talk about like disrespect towards him because of special teams, but I would say he's up there.
Dude, in special teams was just a fucking monster. Pardon my French, I don't know if I can say that, but dude, God, anytime you kicked him the ball, it was. You didn't know
a good honorable mention would be LaDainian Thompson, the other LT.
LT, yep, LT would definitely be good. Yeah, I'd have to go with those, bro. I'd have to go Peyton Smith, Jim Brown.
No order.
Sanders, no order. Sanders and Peterson probably would be my 5.
And that's that's Trey's list as well. I'm not Jay's list.
Yeah,
I just looked up right now, man.
Dude, there's so many. Like you said, you can throw so many honorable mentions there, bro. It's just like LT, man. Like, but
here's a list, man. I just looked up top 5 NFL, man. So they have Walt Payton as number 1.
Yeah,
Dennis Smith number 2. Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, Adrian Peterson, Eric Dickerson, Marshall Faulk.
The one I forgot about is Tony Dorsett.
Yeah, Tony Dorsett, Farquhar Harris.
Dude, I completely forgot about Tony Dorsett.
Where would y'all put because I've had this conversation before with Jay, or would you put Marshawn Lynch, before his arrest?
Man, he's a great running back, but there's so much talent, bro. There's so much talent. Like,
who would you think guys on the rise like right now, a player right now you think that could threaten, the top 10?
Clyde Edwards, man.
Shut up, Mitchell.
Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's monster.
Derrick Henry, yeah, the king.
The dude's a monster. You might.
Does Derrick Henry need a title?
Who?
Does Derrick Henry need a title?
To qualify him? Ooh. I would say that would solidify it completely because he's already got records galore. You know what I mean? So I would say that would definitely solidify it. I don't think he needs it per se because look at all the great quarterbacks that don't have rings. You know what I mean? So it's like, yes.
Yeah, but also the quarterbacks are a little more elevated.
That's true too. That's very true as well.
And we're going with year 6 for Henry. I mean, like he's gonna. I don't see him slowing down. No. I know some people have that critics because he got injured last year and stuff like that, but
they said he's going to have a bad year for the past 2-3 years. Like, besides the injury, the dude's a fucking stud.
I think someone said he's an RB9. I'm like, bitch, please. You don't.
Yeah, easily top 3. Like that's ridiculous.
All right, let's go to the next question right now.
That's a great question. Oh God,
it's gonna be mixing up things here. So this one came from a gentleman named Eddie M. He asks, Giannis recently said he could see himself play in Chicago. Do you see that anytime soon?
So I did see this, man, and I actually looked into it, but it wasn't like
I'm going to go.
Yeah, it wasn't like I'm gonna go to Chicago.
He's just on a place that he likes, maybe.
It's, I mean, if you think about it, and like I know I get a lot of like, oh, Bears fan, blah blah blah, like Cubs fan, like what. But if you think about, Chicago has a lot of history in their sport industry. So I guess just for a player to be or have played for one of those franchise, like I think it's just great to have in your resume. But I don't see Giannis going to Chicago, man. If he does, man, hey, great, pair him up with Levine, and
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be anytime soon. To the
I was
point
gonna say Levine might not be there by the time he gets there. Shit, if it does,
no, he just signed a Supermax, didn't he?
Yeah, so
yeah.
I think if he were to go, it's going to be towards like the end of his career, like probably like around 2034.
Damn, that's super specific.
I'm old. I'm like adding like 10 years.
2035, he might go. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I don't think he's going to go. If he's succeeding in Milwaukee, why go to Chicago?
Yeah,
Milwaukee's giving him everything. You know, like
they really are. They've allowed him to grow within himself. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why when he won the championship, that's what he said. You know, they gave me the opportunity. They built around me like they told me they would. They catered to me. Like, that's why he stayed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't think he'd do it, but that'd be an interesting ass place to go to, because Chicago, like Art said, Chicago does have a lot of history and a lot of. When you think of Chicago, you definitely think the Bulls, right? Like in the story. So it's interesting to see.
Yeah, man, and it's interesting even when you ask someone about like just baseball, like what are your teams? The first ones that they go, it's like the Cubs, the Bulls, the Bears, and then the Indians, man. So it's like one of those things that like they're a recognized franchise. So
for sure.
I don't know.
MJ put them in the market. All right, next question, guys. This comes from Brian S. He asked, who would win in a game? Shaq, KG, KD, MJ, CP3, or Kareem, Duncan, LeBron, Kobe, and Magic?
Ooh, fuck. You got to leave that on the screen. I'm going to have to read these teams over and over again. Dude, there's some good questions. What the hell? Oh, man.
Art, you got an answer?
This is a hard one, though, because, I mean, I know Mike, and, I mean, we've had that discussion, man, with regarding MJ and Kobe, man. Like, they're both there, man. They can both easily be called the one or the two, and it's like both of them are the GOATs, man. Like, it's hard to pick out of those two, but I mean, I like CP3's kind of handles, man. I like
look at the matchups,
but
that's
overall,
that's exactly why I already have my answer now. I got my answer.
What you got, Trey?
I'm going Kareem, Duncan, LBJ, Kobe, and Magic. Personally, I don't see CP3 locking down Magic. There ain't no way. That's literally what I was starting to think about. Is
size.
Okay, Magic is gonna fucking destroy CP3. Kobe and MJ are kind of matched up, you know, mano a mano. LBJ and KD kind of the same thing. KG is good, but I'm sorry, Duncan's giving him the work. Let's be realistic. And Kareem, bro, Shaq is a beast. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, but Kareem, man,
a monster. I'm going Kareem. I'm sorry, I'm going that team. If you disagree, right, you know, whatever. But
Art.
Nah, I mean, I was gonna initially same thing, man. I was gonna go with the MJ, CP3, and KD, man. I just like that trio right there, man. They have a lot of talent, and then KG and Shaq, man. But just overall, size wise and skill wise, man, Kareem and Duncan, man, they just that team.
Let me flip something real quick because I know this person asked this question. Ooh. What if instead of CP3, it's Steph?
Still. Magic will lock up Steph. I'm sorry. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, Steph can shoot from so many different ranges. It's kind of hard to lock him down. Yeah. But I think Magic would be one of the ones to be able to lock him down.
Because if you're switching up from CP3 to Steph, you're adding more range than anything else.
No, and that's a great swap. You know, because again, CP3 is good, but Steph definitely does spread out the floor more. But I still think the matchup wise, I think
I'm going with the second one too.
Them all day.
All right. So this next question is from Fernando G. This is an MMA question. Greatest welterweight of all time: Kamaru Usman or Georges St. Pierre? Art?
I think I'm gonna have to go Usman, man. St. Pierre, man, he's great. His fights, his skill that he had, man, it's up to par, man. But I think we've seen a evolution, man, in UFC with these fighters, and I think Kamaru Usman has has surpassed that level of St. Pierre, man. So I'm gonna have to go Usman, man. He's a beast. And now now that it's both him and his brother in the UFC, man, it's gonna be they're for sure gonna put that Usman name in the records, man.
Trey, do you watch MMA?
A little bit. I'm not the biggest one, but I have watched Usman. I watched St. Pierre like a little bit, but I watched Usman and he is really good, like really, really good. So I would have to probably say Usman, but I can't claim that. I don't have the experience like y'all do.
Watching all generation or both generations, I would say GSP. The thing with Usman is, yes, he has had a long win streak. He's dominant as hell. Problem is, he has 5 title defenses. 3 guys. Twice against Jorge Masvidal, twice against Colby Covington, once against Gilbert Burns. GSP locked down the welterweight division for well over a decade. Like locked it down. Like there was maybe sometimes a little bit of a threat more towards the end, but otherwise he'd lock it down and there was just nothing for him. So I'm gonna say GSP on that one.
Nice. I like it.
All right, next one. Another MMA question. This one's from Matthew D. He asked, who would win, Brock Lesnar or Bobby Lashley in MMA?
See, I don't even know who the second guy is. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture. I'm going to make this quick. So essentially, Bobby Lashley is kind of like the way to say it. He was portrayed as the Black Brock Lesnar. Yeah, that's how some people would reference him as. Let me see if I could add him real quick on here. So, I mean, if y'all's ever seen Brock Lesnar fight, you know, like how dominant he was. Yeah. Bobby Lashley was in MMA for a while with Bellator. This is him right here. His youth.
He's a truck.
So, yeah, so him and Brock Lesnar are 2 trucks. I would say Brock Lesnar would be my pick only because he has a UFC experience. That's a tougher, experience over than Bellator and other promotions. And I mean, he beat some tough names. So I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar.
I'll probably be right along with you.
I was gonna do the same.
All right, next one. This is from our boy Alex Tella Cruz. So he asked,
do you think Justin Jefferson should be number 1?
No. Why is Kirk Cousins in the top 100 NFL list?
Man,
there's so many questions on that list already.
I don't mind him being in the. Oh fuck! I don't know, bro. And where they had him, I saw some of the people,
99.
Him, and I really, I get it. It's the players voting, but golly, some of the things I look at, I'm like, dude, how are you above you? You know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. I honestly don't understand that list at all. I really don't.
What I want to know is, does he think that Kirk should not be part of the 100 top list? That's what I want to know. I think that's a question that Alex should.
That's exactly what he's saying. That's exactly what he's saying. It's like, why is he on there?
I mean,
he's saying, why is Kirk Cousins on there? I mean, that's his question.
Why am I full screen on this?
Oh, I had to get up real quick.
This is just so big.
You're the one talking. Who cares? What do you care? You're talking.
I think he deserves to be on that list, man. I think he's one of the veterans. He's a consistent quarterback. He's just like Matt Stafford. The only thing Matt Stafford won the ring just because of the pieces that he got surrounded by. So I think you can make that same argument, but yeah, there is some questions there on how they made it to that. But if it's peer based,
I mean, it's peer based, so that's just a lot more than anything else.
Yeah, and and I get that, but again, like Jose, you tagged me in it, and we talked about it for a second or two.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mac Jones being above Kirk, it's like, okay, dude, I get Mac has potential to be, really good, but at the same time, how are you above a guy that has actually done very well?
I think it's the win-loss record that is affecting him.
Honestly,
because think about it. It's not like Kirk has ever been low in passing yards, right? Or touchdowns and stuff like that. And Mac, I mean, yes, he had 3,800 yards for his first year, 22 touchdowns. Cool. there's a lot of people still above him. I think he ranked 13th last year on the list.
Yeah.
As far as passing yards and stuff like that. Kirk was above him because Kirk has done this thing forever, but the win-loss records for him is skewed.
I
mean, at the end of the day, too, if players are saying this, they're saying who they rather have as their quarterback, which is
that's crazy to me sometimes.
But, yeah, I mean, we saw some people. We saw the list too. We saw Kyler above Russell,
and that's exactly what I was just about to mention. Like,
I think I would rather have Russell instead of Kyler, man. Just I think maturity wise, I think they should. But yet again, it's pure base. I don't know, but maturity wise, I would want a more experienced and mature quarterback as the head of my team than having someone who's only had a year or a couple of years behind their belt. But
I agree. All right, next question. This one comes from Jackson C. He asked, is Hakeem overrated due to only winning championships when MJ was depressed from his father's death and retired and not any one other year? What? Or he did not win any other year, I should say.
I don't think he's that overrated. I think he's pretty good stud, but I wouldn't – I mean, ranking-wise, I wouldn't have him, top dog. But I don't think he's overrated. No, that's my opinion.
I think he's one of easily top 15 players of all time. He has multiple defense awards. I think the question comes because I think the person asking this is a Spurs fan, and there's always been this thing that Duncan, Hakeem, who'd you take? Robert Horry said I would take Hakeem. This and that. I personally would say Hakeem is top 15. Not better than Duncan though, but I think he's a great athlete. Either way, even if MJ wasn't there, he still did win 2 titles back to back. That's still impressive as is. Yeah. Art, you got any thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm looking up right now, man, and there's just quick ones that I don't think that I don't think he's overrated. Just like Trey said, there's a reason why those players and their names get remembered. They did something in the NBA, and it's in any sports industry, man. They did something that solidified their name to be remembered, whether it was winning their titles, whether it was their defensive status or offensive status. So I think just looking it up right now, they're saying Michael Jordan at his peak was scared of Hakeem. So it's one of those things okay, is it true? Is it not true? I think Hakeem was a center
and Michael Jordan was a small shooting guard.
He was a
size wise, it's not scary, but
overall, man, if people have watched that Last Dance on Netflix of Jordan talking about it, he didn't say. I mean, yet again, it's his words. He wasn't scared of anyone. It's just he was down and he just didn't have the team at that moment. He didn't feel that he had the team at that moment. He had the team, but he just felt like he didn't. He was in the right mindset.
I mean, losing your father, especially due to murder, is not exactly the easiest thing to accept.
Especially if he's the one that always goes with you, and he was one of the guys that represented your image. So yeah, it's a big toll. So
yeah, for sure. Next question. This is from Chico B. Have you watched Hard Knocks with the Lions, and what are your thoughts? Have y'all watched any of the episodes yet?
I have not. I wanted to. The other day, but I have yet to watch it, man.
Art?
So I haven't watched it. I've seen bits and parts of it, just little highlights. I mean, they seem like Hard Knocks always kind of highlights these teams to where they're better. I mean, that last year was the Cowboys. They all know it's a winning season. Zeke looks great. Dak looks great. Yeah, they look great, but they didn't beat the best. I think the Lions are the same way. They have a high expectation right now coming into this season, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't. I'm not watching it because of the Lions, man.
I'm actually watching it because of the Lions. I think because I want to see the underdogs do better in their careers. Obviously, Detroit has struggled for decades to move up to be an actual threat. I want to see them succeed. I like as Pat McAfee calls him MCDC, Dan Campbell. I like him a lot. I think he's a fun coach.
I do too.
I would want him in my locker room any day. The more issue with the Lions is that the organization's never been fully behind them. They've mistreated players. Look at Megatron. He retired early, and he still got a Hall of Fame career.
Yep.
And he probably had another like 7 years left in him. And you know, you want the best for every team. You know, the organization, sometimes they're too stubborn, they're too cheap, blah, blah, blah. I mean, look at the Bengals. The Bengals were cheap as hell. And then they started, you know, thinking, you know what, let's actually put, you know, good players around Joe Burrow. And fuck it, look at them. They went to the Super Bowl last year.
I mean,
so
in another sport, like I love the Spurs is dead, but some people consider us cheap because we won't go buy anybody.
That's true. I mean, at the same time too, does anybody want to come to our stinky Riverwalk? You know? So next question also involves the Lions. This one comes from our good old boy Marco. He asks, do the Detroit Lions win 7 games this season? So, I mean, if you've watched Hard Knocks, you think Aiden Hutchinson is going to be a stud on the defensive line. He's going to be a big threat. At secondary, though, still a lot of questions. Offense-wise, Monroe St. Brown, fucking stud. DeAndre Swift, yep. Jared Goff, mid. I mean, things could happen. We never know, but I maybe have him at 6.
I was going to say 5 because from what I've seen, because like I said, I haven't watched Hard Knocks, but I've seen the highlights of training camp and I've seen other things. I'd say 5. But yeah, I don't see them getting 7 for sure.
I watched the episodes, guys, because I watched them both last night. So I'm glad that this question came through and I was able to. Dude, it's a lot of fun. Like
again, like you said, I love Dan Campbell as well. And there was one thing that popped up on like TikTok or Facebook or something that said, I guess they were playing music or something. And he's like, turn that damn thing off or something. Like he's like getting mad. So I was like, okay, that's definitely Dan Campbell. He's like, we don't have time to mess around. So,
all right. So Marco's question actually led me to want to do a little quick series here. Well, not quick, right? It's going to be like this involves all 32 teams in the NFL. So because of it, I want to do an over/under series. I want to see like I pulled up like from a website what their over/under is and stuff like that. So I want to ask y'all. By the way, Art, what was your answer for the last question? The Marco had.
I mean, right now they're projected, I believe, to have the 28th easiest schedule in the NFL. So they have the potential to win those 7 games, but we've also seen a lot of teams that have the easiest schedule. Like they lose to teams that they shouldn't lose. So I don't think that they're going to win 7. I was in the same boat as Trey. I think I was more about the 5. Upside 6, but it's going to be better than last year, though.
Well, I mean, shit.
Last year, they lost by some fucking miracles.
Yeah.
Not miracles for them, for the other team. Baltimore Ravens, God, just in time.
No, they definitely did get screwed a little bit.
And they were high-scoring offenses. Like, it was a high-scoring offense on those games. So,
and they kept the score low, too, to be fair. Like, some of those games, they kept them low, like the opponents, so that they wouldn't. But
all right, so let me do this one real quick. The first game that they have, I'm just going to say the opponent. You guys say if they win or lose it. Okay. Eagles. First week, Eagles.
Lose.
Commanders.
Win. Ooh.
Vikings.
Wait, hold on. I let me answer that one, too. You said Commanders, right?
Yep.
Lose.
Win. Okay. Vikings.
Lose.
Seahawks.
Win.
Pats.
Patriots. Lose.
Patriots.
Lose.
Cowboys.
Wait, let's try your answer.
I would say lose to both of those.
What was that? Packers?
Dolphins. Cowboys.
Oh,
Cowboys.
Cowboys
You said lost. Yeah. Dolphins.
Lose.
Packers.
Lose.
At home or in Detroit?
Just overall, man. Just because if I go into that,
I think it matters. I think partially it matters because I will say I split it 50-50. So
it's Packers at Lions.
Okay, it's the first Packers at Lions. Okay, win.
It's a division.
Yeah, win.
Okay, the Bears at Chicago.
Win.
The Giants.
Jay, I know you're laughing, but I think right now Lions I just think Lions are set better right now than the Bears.
No, they are.
For sure. Yeah. It's funny because you're like, win. Definitely.
Yeah, no, I would have given them a win too. Even if it's at home, I would want them to win that game.
I made you laugh. You're
Giants
on with it, like
Giants
questioning it. So Giants
win.
Yeah, I'd say
The
win.
Bills.
Lose.
So
Bills
just out of
lose.
those, yeah, just out of those, like you guys only said like they win like 3 or 4 out of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Is it the whole series?
no, they're after that. Then they go Jags, Vikings, the Jets, the
Win,
Panthers,
lose, win,
the Bears again, and then the Packers.
win.
I'd say
That's 7 wins for me. I just said 7 wins.
I'd say, would you say 3 or 4 wins before? And yeah, see, I'm right at 5 because I'd give him 2.
Yeah.
Well, because he said Jets, Bears again, and he said Jags, and that was 3 wins right there.
I don't think they're gonna beat the Jags. I really don't.
So I think
Jags is a mystery still, but I think they win. We'll see how Doug Peterson does with them.
Yeah, there's just like some games that I see that they'll lose and they'll win, but for sure the Jets.
It'll be under
Giants.
500. How about that?
Oh yeah,
500.
for sure. But that's why I put him right around 5.
All right, so let's do the over/under game real quick. We'll do it with all the teams. Let's see how it goes. Well, the alphabetical order, so no, not division. Arizona Cardinals over/under 8.5 games.
Over.
I say under.
Ooh, you dirty
You
little.
think they regress or what?
They no, that's your word. They lost Chandler Jones. DeAndre Hopkins suspended for 6 games.
I forgot about DeAndre Hopkins. Fuck.
And I don't trust Kyler Murray.
Dude, I literally forgot about DeAndre Hopkins.
So I'm gonna say under.
Ooh, that actually remembering that might kind of change my answer, man. Because I knew about Chandler Jones. Kyler's okay. I think he can do all right, but I did forget about DeAndre because
at the end of that, then you're left with Hollywood Brown, AJ Green, and Rondale Moore.
I might go under 2. Actually, I might. I'd say under on that one.
Yeah, let's go under.
Atlanta Falcons over/under 5.5.
Oof.
I'm gonna say under. Marcus Mariota's not my man.
I'm gonna say over.
I think they surprise people and they go over.
I think it'll be slightly over, but I'm gonna say over.
Maybe just 6. I mean, you just have to get 6 wins to go over.
I think they can hit 6 or 7, but
okay. Baltimore Ravens over/under 9.5. I know Trey's answer.
it's not the team, man. But I still would go.
It's the 21st best quarterback in the league. He won't even make top 100 players list. Over/under, Trey.
I'm going under.
Over. Over for sure. Okay. Buffalo Bills over/under 11.5.
I'm gonna go. Man, I think I'm gonna go over.
Okay, so at least 12 wins.
I'm gonna have to go over. Yeah,
I agree. 12 wins. They win the division.
I was trying to think how many teams. I mean, how many games? You know, there's 17. So I'm trying to think of who they would lose to. I can't enough to actually lose 6 games, 7 games, whatever.
Yeah. Let's see. Carolina Panthers over/under 6.5.
Under.
I'm gonna go over.
Under. I agree with the under. Baker might be leading, but Robbie Anderson probably still can't catch a ball.
And they still don't know who their QB is, man. They're gonna be switching back and forth.
Oh, it's Baker. Baker. They know. That's solidified.
That 100% when he walked through the door and the fans were all screaming his name right then and there, solidified him.
There's no controversy in this one. It's just a overpaid backup at $18 million a year.
Yep, exactly. Well, I mean, look at what's the dude that's got he's like the biggest overpaid backup. Gosh, damn it, he's been a backup for like 15 years.
Well,
I can't even think of his
Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's retired.
No, but he was.
I know who you're talking about.
I can't think of his name right now. Fuck. But anyways, he's like the most overpaid backup quarterback there ever was. Anyways, continue.
Chicago Bears over/under 6.5. I'll say under.
Yeah, I was gonna say under. I'm going under.
I honestly had him at. This is a new one. You found this new one, right? Like this is the updated ones, right?
I just looked it up today. It's just a random one.
So honestly, man, I think that they go under, just because of their right now their injuries, man. Fuck.
If I'm Bears fans, I want them to go under.
Like,
I want them to
they're
go under so
bad.
they
Like,
can
it's
rebuild.
bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Cincinnati Bengals over under 10.5.
Over.
I agree. Cleveland Browns over under 8.5.
Under.
We don't know Deshaun's status anymore. At this point, it's just up in the air.
Nah,
Still
under.
I think the drama itself is bringing them down.
Okay. I will say under as well. I got them at 8 games. So they go 8 and 9. Dallas Cowboys over under 9.5. The loss of Amari Cooper.
That's what I'm saying. Like this one's kind of tough because it's right on the cusp of like
DeMarcus Lawrence left as well.
I think they're gonna do an under just slightly. I think they're gonna miss it slightly. They lost Washington too.
Are you keeping track of what we're saying? Because we should check it at the end of the season. That'd be sick.
Oh yeah, I mean this is recorded, so.
Oh, touche, yeah.
So we'll definitely have this.
I'm gonna say
go under.
I will say over. I think 10 wins, but they don't win the division.
Yeah, I think 10 to 11 is right where they're gonna sit. Because Cowboys typically finish around 500.
We got to remember who's in the division too. Like the Eagles, to me, is their only threat, and that the other teams, that's an easy 4 wins. Denver Broncos over under 10.5.
Under.
I'm going over.
Nah, I'm going over on this one too.
I'm trying to be non-biased. I'm going over.
Over.
We do have a tough schedule. I ain't gonna lie about that.
They have a very tough schedule.
They're right in the middle though.
Are we
tough schedules?
Yeah. Like top 15 ranked worst schedule.
The teams
17.
that's still bad. It's still tough.
Still rough, but I thought it was a little worse than that.
No, you're like in the Vikings, Bills, Packers, Burge.
I don't want to try to like judge me too much on this. I want to see how the coaching staff does. I'm gonna say under. I'm gonna put them at 9.
I mean, I can see it, especially the first year there. I can see it.
It's like if it was like this was asking like lower, like 10.5. I feel like that's.
Well, and see, that's again the point. Like,
and
10.5 is there where it's like it's very tough to judge.
And the most stacked division.
Agree. No, I 100% agree. That's why, like I said, I try to be non-biased, but I'm saying over just because I know our potential, or I think I know our potential at least. So,
yeah.
Were you thinking Chase Daniels for the QB?
Yeah, Chase Daniels. Dude, he's been back up for 15 years, something like that. And he's like the highest paid.
Of course, I would know. That was a backup for Bears.
No, I just looked it up right now. 17 million made under Eli Manning. 17 million.
I just can't believe Nathan Peterman still has a job. He averages 5 turnovers a game. The fuck? Colin Kaepernick can't get a call?
Be a backup quarterback in the NFL. Let's be realistic.
All right. We kind of answered this one already, but Detroit Lions over under 6.5.
Under.
I'm actually gonna say over because after less of the teams they're playing, I think I got them at 7.
I'm saying under.
I'm saying under.
The only reason why I'm saying under, man, is because it's
so like we were saying,
they're gonna choke at the end.
Both Bears, the Jets, the Jags.
I don't think they lose to the Bears twice.
I think they split the Bears.
You mean you don't think the Bears lose twice?
No.
That's what you mean?
I think they split the Bears. I think
they get both Bears.
I think they get both Jets, and I think Jags they might split. You think they get both Bears wins?
I don't think they get
I
both.
think that defensive line is tough as fuck. And that O-line is weak as fuck.
I think it'll be a split.
I'm gonna say both. It's that O-line for the Bears. It's literally the O-line. And I'm telling you, I watched the highlights of Aiden Hutchinson. He's gonna get Justin Fields multiple times, and that's gonna be scary as hell. He wasn't picked at number 2 for no reason. Like God. So, and he's gonna, that's a forever matchup for those two guys, especially in the division. Green Bay Packers over under 11.5 wins.
I'm gonna go under. That's too high.
I'm gonna go under.
If it was at 9, I'd probably go over. But that's
if Aaron Rodgers probably had not ranted on his wide receivers today. If he had not gone off on them for not being disciplined, and
that was so funny. I felt so bad for these guys.
I'm gonna say under, and they don't win the division.
No, I agree with you, and it's not even that, man. I even before the rant today, man, they don't have wide receivers either. Like the only receiver that they have is Lazard, and that's it. But there's no connection with Rodgers. And then 2 rookies, and then Marcus. No, Marcus is out. They have Watkins.
He's in Chiefs. Yeah, this is why I had me personally, I had Allen Robinson and Christian Watson as my wide receiver duos on the bottom. They were 32 because I did not trust that at all. Alan Lazard is okay, but he had Devontae Adams on the other side taking most of the coverage. And now if you're number one, bro, lockdown all day. 1 reception a game.
Dubs is nice to look into it, but nah, I think they go under.
Yeah.
Like I said, 11.5 is too high.
For the future Hall of Famer, I'll say 10 max this season. That's it. Houston Texans over under 4.5. Davis Mills, Brandon Cooks.
I know, but that's too low. So now if I go under, you know what I mean?
On this one, I'm gonna go over.
Packers.
I'm gonna say under. I'm gonna say 4 wins max.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3 or 4 now.
I'm gonna go 5.
Ooh, you're going over.
Who are the 5?
I'm going over.
I'm like, who are the 5 that are
by
gonna lose? Like you're splitting what?
They're just splitting that win.
They probably only got 1 win this season. I also said they're going to be winless last year. And I think they got 4 wins. Indianapolis Colts over under 9.5.
Over.
Matt.
Under.
Damn, I split that one. Shit.
I'm going over.
John Taylor's still tough as fuck. That O-line is tough. I'm gonna say
that O-line got injuries though.
Yeah,
that O-line got injuries. They lost people on the offensive line too.
A little bit, not too much. You still got Quentin Nelson, bro. Like that's
Nelson's a monster. You got some great receivers, a great running back, a good veteran quarterback that has to prove himself in certain way. Like I'm saying over.
And the backfield is stacked. I mean, if this time they'll use Naheem Hines, I mean, I think you'll be fine.
The fact that you lose a good running back and you're still good, like that, you know what I mean? Like, I think you're okay.
You could arguably even put Hines at the slot. Like, just.
I mean, I like the Colts. I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to go under. But I like Naheem Hines' connection with Matt Ryan, though. They may use him if they use him as Patterson, that'll be a good one, but I don't know.
We'll see. Well, we'll see how it goes. Jacksonville Jaguars over under 6.5.
Going over.
Art?
Under
as well.
I don't think money fixes your problem that you have.
Well, I think Doug Peterson's going to fix a lot of those problems, like him, because he is a Super Bowl winning coach. He did win, regardless how you feel about him. 6 games max is fine. It's still an improvement from them last year, but there's still a long way to go. That organization just, it's just bad.
I don't think this year, but next year they're going to be okay.
Yeah. Kansas City Chiefs over under 10.5 wins.
Under.
Shit.
I'm going to say over.
Yeah. Fuck.
Patrick Mahomes has yet to have less than 12 wins a season.
I know, and that's why, again, this 10.5 is literally like that tough one that's sitting right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably have to go over as well, though, because I'm going to say they're going to hit 11 for sure.
So I think they're going to go under because they have the hardest NFL schedule. They're number 1 at hardest NFL schedule, and their division is fucking stacked. So that's why I'm going under. And yes, he has Kelsey, but at running back, there's no running back, man. And
you have a committee. Now you have like a bit more committee.
Wide receiver, I don't know.
Sky Moore is impressing a lot of people, bro. Juju's impressing people. Like we're talking all this stuff. Like here's the thing. I get it. Tyreek Hill was a great wide receiver for them. Stud, top 5, right? For a lot of people. That doesn't define Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Tom Brady never had, until Randy Moss, a top 5 wide receiver.
No, I agree.
And he was able to ball out and make things happen. Patrick Mahomes, regardless of what you think of him, he can make things happen. He's a generational superstar. He did not get his first year, was it 50 touchdown passes, made the AFC championship? Like, bro, unless it's like what, AFC championship or bust, he has not gotten less than that. And he is a minimum of 12 wins a season. So we got to remember, Andy Reid's still there.
Yep.
That coaching staff is still
and he's goated.
brilliant. So I'm not gonna like underestimate them. Yes, because Tyreek Hill. You gotta remember too, Tyreek Hill was a 1 year, superstar at the time whenever Patrick Mahomes took over. Because he was only like 2 years in, before Patrick. So he only had 1,000 yard season before Patrick Mahomes came in. Patrick Mahomes made Tyreek Hill even bigger than what Tyreek Hill was gonna be. So if anything, Tyreek Hill is the one that's gonna lose going down to Tua. So
no, yeah, I think Mahomes made Hill like what Hill is now. Like, yeah, I don't disagree on any of that. I just hardest schedule, man. Your division stacked. I'm gonna go under on this one just because of what they showed last year. Like, there was a lot of games that they got figured out, man. So I'm going on that, and then hardest schedule.
Here's my thing: you still say that, right? You've been saying it. They still get 12 wins. Like, that's not like, being figured out is not true, because if that's true, they shouldn't be going to the AFC Championship. They shouldn't be getting 12 wins. Like, that's not figured out. To me, that's not figured out.
No.
And then what else was I going to say? I mean, dude, if he can make things happen, he makes things happen. We'll see. I'm not going to underestimate him. That's why I don't have them winning the division. It's going to be tough with them, the Raiders and the Chargers. I think that's a 3 cluster, and the Broncos can always fuck them all up anytime. But that's still the toughest division.
No, we said all 4 can go into it, right?
Well, when I did predictions on my own, I don't think so, because then I'm saying either the Ravens or the Bengals are out, and I can't.
I know, but like
potentially they could.
They could all go. Yeah. So,
but because they play
for an entire division to go to the playoffs, that'd be fucking stupid.
If let's say it did happen, right? Then you're saying either Ravens or Bengals are out.
Oh, I know, but I'm just.
And I know you, Trey, will be like Ravens are out for sure.
Not in a bad way, but I could see that happening over the Ravens. But I don't actually see that happening. I'm just saying, like, saying if they actually did all go to the playoffs, like, it'd be nuts.
It'd be crazy. Well, imagine all of them have 10+ wins.
Jesus, dude, that'd be freaking psycho. Holy cow. They literally have a few losses to each other. That's it. Like, they split the
and I think there's going to be teams that get 10+ wins and still don't make the playoffs.
Oh, I can see it.
In the AFC. I'm not talking about NFC.
No, I can easily see it. Easily.
Like I have the Pats, I think, going 10-7 again, and they missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, Las Vegas Raiders over under 8.5. Over. Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, first off, hold on. Let's pause. How are they at 8.5 over under?
I just looked it up.
No fucking way, dude. That's insane.
I think it's because he can probably split with Herbert, Derek Carr, the Raiders, and then I think they're not giving them a chance against the Chiefs at all. Because they got blown out twice last year.
Like, Derek Carr is good. He's not trash. Like, it's not like he's his brother. You got a stud back. You got a fucking stud receiver now. The tight end is probably one of the best in the NFL.
They're all season last year.
Solid. Like, how 8.5 wins? Do you have the screen of all of them real quick, Jose?
I'd have to.
I'm just curious, like, the comparable 8.5 wins teams over and under wise. Like,
well, I mean, that's just a projection.
I know,
that's a prediction, like betting odds.
Like, what other teams have the 8.5?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what other teams are they comparing the Raiders to with over under win? Now, I know doing all that shit goes to it, but
like, there's gonna be in just a little bit, we're gonna have 4 teams in a row that's gonna be questioned 8.5 as well. Yeah.
All right. I thought about it once you skipped it, and I was like, wait a minute, 8.5? What the hell? Like, ain't no way.
Talking about another AFC West team, Los Angeles Chargers over under 10.5.
I'm gonna go over.
I think this is where you mean, like, the whole thing of it's gonna be interesting to see them all get 10+ wins. But I think on this one, man, I'm gonna go over.
I know they got Khalil Mack. I know they got J.C. Jackson. I know they just extended Derwin James.
Yep, Derwin James, that was today.
But they were a top bottom 5 defense last year. And I don't know if 2 players makes the whole difference to put them up there. I'm going to say under and at 10 wins.
That's interesting.
At 10 wins. I think they get the double digits. It might be enough for them to make the playoffs. But I need them to show me something like to like. This is why I was big on the whole like Justin Herbert being like top 5 for like all of y'all. Is that he's talented as hell. We know that for sure. Here's another thing. Coach Staley it worries me. This man said if it's 4-5, I'll go for it, or 4-4, I'll go for it. Like, bro, that's games you're risking. You gotta remember last game against the Raiders last year. It was the third quarter. This man went for it on the third quarter for like a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 on their own 18. On their own 18.
I remember that.
Damn, man. I am looking at those over-unders, man, and there are some teams that I'm like questioning.
All right, so
over the
we'll
Raiders,
next one. The Rams over under 10.5.
Over.
I say over as well. Give the champions their respect.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford might have a bad elbow right now, but that's not something he's not willing to fight over. There's a Texas boy right there. Miami Dolphins over under 8.5. Tough.
That is tough because it's right. Fuck. I'm leaning towards over. Their talent alone is making me push over.
And who's gonna hold it back? Tua.
Dude, and it's crazy. I could see him, but I also could see Tua having a great season.
Like Tua wasn't bad the half of the season, the end half of the season,
and he's got talent around him, so I could see it. They got a good running back, they got good receiver core, they got good tight end.
Man, they got like
off line, like
they got fucking speed in that team though. I'm gonna go over.
I think Coach Mike McDaniels is gonna make it a run heavy game, hide Tua's defects and inabilities.
But that's what good coaches do too, is they utilize both aspects of the game, right? So they go run, and then guess what? You have a quarterback that's not the best, but he's athletic. Okay, play action, roll out. Now you have 2 speedy receivers going everywhere down the field. Lob it up for him. Let's go.
We're talking about the Kyle Shanahan tree. They did that very well with Jimmy G. I think they'll go over, but I got them at like 9 wins.
Oh yeah, I don't have them high. I'd say 9, maybe 10, but I have to say over.
Minnesota Vikings over under 8.5.
Over.
New offensive scheme. I think they win the division. I also go over.
Dude, that's what going back to right now. The Raiders are 8.5. So are the Vikings. So are the Dolphins. That's crazy, bro. Fuck.
Over under New England 8.5. Like I said, I got them at 10, not missing the playoffs. I'm gonna go over, but they miss. If they make it, that's Belichick.
Under. I'm gonna have to.
I don't even blame you.
I'm gonna go under, man. I've heard a lot of things from Pat's camp, man, and doesn't seem promising.
Like next year, I could see them doing work. This year, I think they need one more year to get their group underneath, and you know what I mean, like kind of start coming.
I think as a Pats fan, I think I need them to get fucking rid of Joe Judge. I need them to get rid of Matt Patricia. They're not offensive scheme guys. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Like, do me a solid. Get someone that can actually help Mac Jones. I know you're, our longtime. I was gonna say Scorsese. That's not right. Offensive lineman coach is gone. That he's a big factor. What won Tom Brady many titles. But man, you need to get someone with the right mind for that over there. Like, especially a young mind. Like you could find somebody, but get those fuckers out of there for the love of God. Detroit and New York didn't want them. Why the fuck do I want them back? New Orleans Saints over under 8.5. That's still a tough defense. That's still a tough O-line. Michael Thomas is back. No ankle injuries hindering him. Alvin Kamara, it looks like he's going to get away with his criminal charges.
Yeah.
Over under.
I'm going to go over.
I agree.
Yeah, slightly over.
You got Landry. You got Winston's okay. I mean, he's good enough to.
Wow. Now, no Sean Payton. Does that hurt it? Sean Payton's mind is so.
It does. Yes, it does. Obviously, but I don't think it hurts it enough for them to be under.
I like the receiving core on that team, man. I think it helps. I think it helps the QB on that. I'm gonna go slightly over.
I agree. I think they'll make a wild card team for the NFC. New York Giants over under 6.5.
I hate to say it, man, but I think this is a team that may surprise people.
Yeah,
and they're gonna end up going under.
Under.
I'm leaning under.
I was talking to our good old friend Jay Pena, avid Giants fan, just like Jay was formerly, but this Jay is still is all in. Dude, they've always had the pieces as far as like weapons wise. Like you got Saquon, you had some talented receivers like Sterling Shepard. Now you got Kadarius Toney, Kenny Galladay could be better if he wasn't lazy.
Yeah,
Daniel Jones got to go. Daniel Jones has got to go. So
I'm going through their schedule right now. I literally have them at
1-16,
maybe 4 wins. Maybe
it's under.
But
It's under for me.
Yeah.
Speaking about the New York team, New York Jets over under 5.5.
Under.
Can they surpass their 4 wins from last year, Trey? They got 4 last year, and they arguably got better roster. But Zach Wilson's still last
year. Yeah, I would probably say yes. They can go over. I'm just trying to think of their schedule and who's you know what I mean, like who's their. Because I could see them hitting 5, right? I could see them hitting 5. Who's that 6th win that I could see?
You know, top 6 and hardest schedule right now.
I think they're supposed to arguably go 0-9 to start the season. That's what a lot of predictions are going for. 0-9.
Really?
To start the season. Yep.
Okay, so let's go through their list real quick.
You want to look at the schedule? Yeah.
I got it right here. I already got it.
Cool.
Okay. So we got Baltimore, L.
Loss.
Cleveland, W. I think they could
I think they lose.
Really? Even without
Yep. Jacoby Brissett, even if he's at the helm, I think they you're talking about Nick.
That's where
Myles Garrett will blow by the fact that they lost their offensive tackle.
Yeah. And
they got what's his name? The guy who started in Houston and is now with them. Clowney. He still got Clowney.
Yeah.
Like so I'm gonna say L.
C. Okay, then Cincinnati, L.
Lost.
Pittsburgh, maybe a W, maybe, but that's a very tough W if that.
Lost. It's in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's true. It is in Pittsburgh. I still say maybe a W. Miami lost. Green Bay lost. Denver lost. New England lost. Buffalo lost. So I'd go 1-8, maybe 2-7 if they're lucky. That's me.
Okay, and then let's look at the rest of the schedule.
New England,
Patriots,
Chicago, Minnesota, Buffalo.
Chicago's 50-50. That one I could say 50-50.
I can see them beating Detroit. Shit.
Nope. I don't even got Detroit. I don't even think.
You don't think they can beat Detroit?
No. I tell you that O-line is weakened with the loss of their guy.
Put them under. That's what I'm saying. Like I could see them getting 4, maybe 5. I just couldn't think of anybody to put that 6th. You know what I mean? Like
2 wins. I'm gonna say right now, 2 wins.
2 wins? I'd give them like 3 or 4, maybe 5.
I think they win against the Lions. I think they win against.
I don't got to be in the Lions.
The Seahawks.
I mean, they beat the Eagles in preseason.
I don't care what they do in preseason. The Ravens are undefeated in the last 5 years in preseason, and they can't even make the conference titles.
I think they just beat the Jags and the Seahawks.
I'm gonna go under.
I'm definitely under. Eagles over under 9.5. Over.
Same.
I'm gonna go under. Slightly under.
Wow. So you got the Cowboys winning division again?
Yeah.
No NFC East team has won the back-to-back divisions in like 12 years.
I'm still going under.
Jalen Hurts,
over.
AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. Maybe we'll have a coach that actually uses
slightly under. but I'm going under.
I would say over, and they win the division.
Over.
Pittsburgh Steelers over under 7.5.
Under.
Under.
So I think they go under. They stick with Trubisky. I think they go over. They go with Pickens.
I think either way, I'm going over.
I'm gonna go over too. I think
Mike
Tomlin.
Yeah, that's the biggest key for me is Tomlin, his experience with both quarterbacks. I think they can do it. I do agree that Pickett would be the better future, but I do know he needs a little bit of time under his belt.
Yep. San Francisco 49ers over under 10.5.
Shit.
Under.
I say
honestly.
over.
So I know a lot of people have Trey Lance breaking out this year. He has the weapons and the running. I don't trust him, man. Like I've seen his highlights, and that guy runs like he has like 2 left feet, man. Like he doesn't look like he's too coordinated whenever he's under pressure, man.
He's like one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the NFL.
I know.
No. I'm saying when he's under pressure.
Everyone's under pressure. Every quarterback is under pressure. What are you talking about?
Man, I'm going under on this one. I don't think he.
Okay, even if he's uncoordinated when he's under pressure. Hello, running backs, Deebo Samuel, defense, Nick Bosa. They were able to get 11, 12 wins with Jimmy G. They're practically the same. Even you said it when we were, tiering the freaking quarterbacks. You basically said they're the same. So what? And this guy's younger and healthier. He has no ligament damage. Yeah. So I'm gonna say over, and they won't win division. They'll go to Rams, and they'll make the playoffs. Seattle Seahawks over under 5.5. Under.
Same.
Not enough white swag to convince me otherwise, Trey.
No, it's not. I'm laughing because, like, I really want to say over because it's like, okay, 6 wins. I think they can pull that out on their butt, but
they can pull off 5.
I'm gonna have to go slightly over, bro. I'm gonna have to, but not by much. I'd say like 6, maybe 7 wins.
All right, you got the answer? I know
under.
I said it. Under. Okay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers over under 11.5. That O-line is ravaged, by the way. It is hurting.
Yeah, I personally was going to say under. I still think Tom can pull some shit out of him, but
I think they get 10 wins.
I'm going to say over. I think they'll get 12. I think it's Tom Brady.
I know.
I mean,
that's what I'm going about. Like Art said, I'm going about 10, maybe 11, maybe.
So what was how many score? What was the over and under on the 49ers?
We said 10.5. I've seen projections for 13 and 4. I'm like, maybe 12, but I'm being nice, or 11, but I don't know about 13 and 4. I mean, they could. We never know.
Yeah, it's true. All we could be wrong this whole time. Who knows?
And that's the fun part about predicting. We don't know, but this is the fun part. Tennessee Titans over under 9.5.
Over.
I don't know.
We went ahead and they did some defensive upgrades.
Over.
On that. So I'm gonna go over.
The biggest key though is that they lost AJ Brown.
Yep. But
and I know Bobby Woods is there.
At the same time, he wasn't even really there.
Yeah, he was hurt a bit.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't really lose much, to be honest.
Well, yeah, Robert Woods is probably going to be a sleeper, a dark horse.
So, Loki, I really do. I think he'll be a really good slot receiver for them.
Washington Commanders. This is the last one, boys. Over under 8.5. Under. I agree. All right, so that's the over/under series. Now, we're not done. We actually have one bit of series of questions left, and this comes from our good old friend of the show, Michael Salazar. He had about 8 questions, so I just threw them all at the end for the show. How y'all feeling? Y'all tired? So many questions.
And it's a lot of brain racking for sure. Like the numbers and thinking about who they're playing and stuff. It's a lot.
All right. So this is one I like to call the Mike S series. First question: should America fight for the release of Brittany Greer? Honest thoughts, guys. Honest thoughts. I mean, oh well, Art's trying to hide.
No.
I agree.
The reason being, there's a lot of people over here that have done the same shit, and ain't nobody doing nothing for them.
That's exactly what me, Mike, and Jay were talking about. It's like, dude, we have so many problems over here. Like, so many problems. Like, just the fact that, like, you know, you get marijuana, you get pegged like 2-3 years alone and stuff like that. I get it.
Who is it really that?
If she wasn't a WNBA player, do they care?
Here, nobody give a shit.
We got journalists over there.
Yeah, but ain't nobody would think about it now. Like, the only people that care are the feminists, which is funny because I saw something that said, okay, well, if y'all are feminists, why aren't y'all going to WNBA games? Why are they getting paid less? Like, exactly. That's my point. Like,
they fight. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick when I say it too. Like, I don't think none of us are trying to be dicks when we say these things, but like, y'all ask for the equal pay for, in this case, sports. They don't generate revenue like the men's sports, unfortunately.
Like, why aren't women going to the WNBA games by themselves?
The men don't have to carry it at all. So, I agree. No, there's a lot of other things going on right now. Shit, I mean, not to sound like a dick. We gave a lot to Ukraine too. Like, we're, you know, in a war that's not about us.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Like I said, I want her to be okay. I think we would all want everybody that's a prisoner to be okay. It's just, you know, we got a lot of things that we need to fix over here too. And she knew what she was doing when she broke the rules over there. His next question: is the NFL doing enough with its rules and such to protect its players from concussion, injuries, etc.?
Man, this is a good one though, because we've seen practice and the camp. All the players are wearing those foam
guardian caps.
And there's questions going around. Why are they wearing them during practice and not during games? What's the difference? So if you're trying to protect them in practice, why not protect them during the games? That's one thing that I've seen. And then the other one, I just saw a video the other day or yesterday, and it's like two little kids, man, and they're playing football. They look like they're 6 or 7 years old, man. They just got like shit run over, man. And the kid looks like he just got a concussion off of it. Dude, this kid is 6, 7 years old, man. And I think a lot of it ends up with and going under the coaching, though. Like,
well, I think as far as the kids programs, that needs to be established by the league. That needs to be established by the coaches. And if you put your kid in a tackle football when they're children, that's kind of on you. As far as the NFL, I do think they keep adjusting the rules nonstop to try to protect the players, especially with so much CTE and stuff going on. Look, I have no problem with the guardian caps during the practice. Like it's practice.
But it's all to help the person that they're actually hitting as well, because it's padded, so it's not straight like helmet to the body.
Like I was watching the Hard Knocks, like I said, and I also watched today's episode of Pat McAfee's show. And you know, the biggest thing that he and Darius Butler were talking about was that there's no longer that head collision. You know, you don't hear the helmets colliding, those those loud noises. Like it's soft, you know, because it's the foam helmets, it's the Guardians.
Yeah.
And look, as far as like practice wise, if you're gonna go practice in pads, you shouldn't accidentally knock out your teammate, right? Like as far as concussion wise and stuff like that. I mean, ligaments for the knees, it happens. We've seen a bunch of ACLs, like Achilles, ankles, you know, stuff like that already. But like, I do think the NFL is trying. Now, if you're asking like why they don't do it in game, well, that's obvious. You're not going to hide the logo. The owners are paying for that.
So, do you think a player should be allowed to wear one during the game? Like, if it has a logo or something on it, do you think they should be allowed to wear them if they want to wear them?
The players don't even want to wear them. Like even right now, the players in practice don't want to wear them. So no.
There you go. I think honestly, man, I don't think and this goes to the referees, man. And I can go back. I'm gonna go back to that Steelers Bears game, man, with the taunting. I think they're looking more into the taunting than the late hit on the quarterbacks. And that game was a shit show, man. There was a shit ton of late hits
I don't think we should be bringing
but
quarterback calls because there's way too many fucking roughing the passer calls. It's football still. Like the guy let it go like literally a second ago. I think it's fine to like push him. If it's aggressively tackled, okay, rough the passer.
No, right. But I'm saying like if they're gonna be more into like the taunting calls and less onto actually the protection of the player, I don't think they have their. They're not looking at the
I still don't get the purpose of the taunting calls. I think they're the stupidest thing in the world. But I mean, especially when you get a touchdown celebration, that's taunting. Like, come on, man. But anyways, next question from Mike: should marijuana be a banned substance from sports? I don't think so. I think if you're allowed to go out and drink, and I don't mean drink and drive. I mean, if you're allowed to go to drink,
it's definitely worse on your body.
Yep. So
I agree. I think marijuana will be completely legal for the U.S. like not soon, but soon enough.
Next 10 years.
Yep. I'd say easily.
Yeah. I think it's just the stupidest rules, especially to keep someone out. Whether it's like MMA, football, basketball, whatever it is, it's just dumb. Like alcohol does so much worse.
In trouble more for marijuana than they do for murder. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, dude.
Like, come on. Yeah, come on, guys. Henry Ruggs, third. Easy answer right there. His fourth question is, what's the most unbreakable record in sports?
Man.
Mark keeps leaving us.
That's tough. That is tough.
So if you think about all-time records,
that was pretty cool that it's only been done.
You know which one? It's the wide receiver. I saw it the other day. What was it? The yards, because they were comparing Cooper Kupp's season, and apparently for him to beat the record, he has to repeat it
round too. Like that's really
times. But whose record was it? I'll tell you right now.
For me, the one recently was gosh dang it, the not MLB but the league below them.
I know you're talking about the minors.
Below them, and he hit a home run cycle. So he has 4 at. You know what a cycle is, right? Like where you get a single, a double, a triple, and a home run. That's a cycle, right?
Okay.
Jerry Rice, 22,895 receiving yards.
I think that's breakable. That's breakable.
The cycle in baseball is hitting a single, a double, a triple, and a home run, right? Because you touch all 4 bases. So this dude did a home run cycle. He hit a grand slam, a 3-run RBI, a 2-run RBI, and a single, like his solo home run in 4 at-bats. So he hit himself home, he hit himself and another person home, he hit himself and 2 other people home, and he hit himself and 3 other people home. So they call it a home run cycle. That right there is fucking stupid.
You know which another one, man? Nolan Ryan, 7 no-hitters.
That's pretty tough too, actually. But for me, that home run cycle was stupid.
I think with this day and age, and this might sound, I mean, I don't think it sounds crazy. Wilt Chamberlain's record of 50.4 points per game.
That's pretty dumb.
50. Ain't happening.
Even the record for the most points in a game is
100.
Yeah. I don't think that's ever going to get broken.
Mm-hmm. And mind you, yes, we understand like the guys he was playing, not the athletic guys he played now, but it's happened. It's a record.
People say that they weren't the most athletic, and I agree. But some of those dudes were some fucking studs, bro.
Dude, this one, Lance Armstrong, 7 consecutive Tour de France.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is unbreakable. The Tour took him all the way.
Now, there's a lot of good records out there that are very, very. You look at them and you're like, there ain't nobody that's gonna touch that shit.
Bill Russell's 11 titles.
That's a fucking yeah.
You imagine we get a player that wins like 10 straight?
That'd be freaking psychotic, dude. Especially in today's NBA. Fuck.
Yep. All right, next question. Should the NBA allow high school players the ability to declare for the draft again? I say yes. If you're not going to go to school for actual school and you're just trying to just let them go. Let them go. Kobe did it.
I want to say yes.
Did it.
Especially now that they're allowing kids to do the UIL bullshit, whatever, like make money. There's kind of no point. The only reason I would see them not doing that is because now they're making money in college. So it's a way for the school to make money and the kids to make money and so on. You know what I mean? But
I think that's the biggest thing. Schools benefit so much from sports. They get a lot of new buildings, facilities for them.
Have a lot of people skip.
A lot of that. So, Art, you agreement or disagreement?
Nah, honestly, man, it's just like Trey said. Like, if you're already making money in college, what's the difference of you declaring yourself for the NBA? And then at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. I think they should just be able to declare for it.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, man, why do you want a freaking what's it called, university to pay tuition and just be in debt, man? Just let them work already.
Because they're making more money from all the parents who are still like giving them shit.
Yep.
Question number 6: Kobe or LeBron?
Kobe.
Trey? You've grown up with both of them. You've seen both their full careers.
I know. This question's always tough. I would probably say Kobe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with agreement with y'all to unanimous. Kobe was such an animal, and I'll reiterate what Mike has said multiple times to me. Kobe is MJ and more. What Kobe was able to do as far as mimic MJ's abilities, and then even like surpass it. Yeah. As much as we love MJ, right? Kobe's had the tougher path. Well, yes, he had Shaq. Those 3-peats, freaking amazing. They were amazing duo. Like, they could have won so much more if their egos did not get in the way. But at the same time, they had a Tim Duncan to deal with. They had a KG to deal with. They had Paul Pierce. They had all these legends that were in their way. So eventually they were going to lose it. But like, damn, bro, like just Kobe was a beast. And so I think he and MJ are A1s, A2s as far as like shooting guards. MJ's still the GOAT, obviously, but in this case, Kobe, LeBron, I would take Kobe on my team any day. And let's see, I got 2 more questions from Mike series. What changes can some sports make to protect its players from fans? The fans now.
Fans away from the gosh damn court in basketball. There is no need for fans nor media to be that close to the damn court. How many people get hurt from running and saving a ball in the court, running a layup and they get hit and they run into a camera?
Yep.
Guess what? The freaking NBA wants to make their money, and I get it, but at the same time, you're going to put your people at risk.
I think the fans need to. I loved how they had it. I know during like the pandemic time of it, like the 2020 and then the 2021 season, how they kept the fans away. I know one side of the court had like a little bit of chairs, but I'd say remove them altogether. No courtside seats.
Yep.
You let the players spread out so they could actually have room so they can sit and like move their legs. Because they're fucking giants, and you're asking them.
Yeah, they're sitting like this when they're freaking 8 feet tall.
Yeah, so like get them out of there. Plus, it protects the players from having to really listen to probably like the most racist shit possible. I mean, yes, the fans will say stupid shit, right? There's
a big part of that as well, like being just jackasses. But
yeah, but at least this way there'll be a little more distance from them, and unlikely of another Malice at the Palace kind of shit.
Yeah,
because I do feel like eventually it is going to break down again.
Good, easily.
Russell Westbrook is about to drop somebody. It don't matter if he's making $47 million. He's going to drop somebody real soon. Final question from Mike. Do sports players get paid too much? And if so, what sport? Baseball.
Dude, baseball, but they play a lot of fucking games though, dude.
What is it? 134?
Maybe, I don't remember exactly. The one that blew my mind today, you saw LeBron got his extension, 2 years, $97 million.
Was that like
For what?
48
Yeah.
million a year?
Stupid. Like, don't get me wrong, he is the best player in the NBA right now, but good God, bro. 2
But
years,
also, you don't.
$7 million?
But also, how can you justify paying Westbrook the most on the team?
I just, and then Mahomes, yeah, he's a great quarterback, but what was
Mahomes
it?
isn't even the highest or more.
500 million. Well, yeah, he wasn't, but still, I'm just saying, like, some of these contracts, I'm like, gosh, damn, dude.
He's like 10 years, 500 mil. I mean, I would have said soccer, but soccer is almost justifiable. They make so much money for all the international.
They really do, but they are massively international.
I say baseball because I think they've been on the decline and they pay their players a lot, especially for guys who like end up being like almost not uncommittal, right? Because they'll take the money and they'll enjoy it, but like, are you gonna really have them for all those games, like 160 plus games a year? So, I mean, that's just me. Art, what do you got?
Man, I think I'm gonna go with the NFL right now, just with some of those like high-paid positions, man, over some of the more lucrative, like your QB, your wide receivers. I get that, like they're the ones making the plays, they're the ones putting the points. But man, your offensive line, your defense, man, like I think those are the ones that get the bigger hits. So, and overall, man, you don't even get like your you don't get like insurance for any of that. So I think NFL wise, I think some of those, just overall, I think some of those players get paid way too much over some other ones. But man, I do agree with you. The MLB, man, it's a shit ton of money for players like that. And they just get traded like nothing.
I think their ratings are going down, little by little, and eventually, like the love people had for baseball, like I know my love for it has faded away. I know it's happening for a lot of people too. Like baseball is just not the same as it once used to be. Like those giant stadiums used to be able to fill out like fully, no matter what. And now you see so many empty seats in the middle, like a home run, and like people are running across the stadium just like go get that ball.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, that is all the questions. that was 50 questions.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah. So, y'all have any thoughts? We got some fights this weekend. We got some more preseason games going on. You got any thoughts at all?
Just excited for the season to come, bro.
Yeah, man. Crazy. Fantasy football for us is next weekend. That's going to be a lot of fun. So we shall see. Trey, any plugs?
Same old, bro.
At Trick or Treat Parker people, Instagram. Love him. Follow him. He's the man. Art, any plugs for you?
Y'all can just find me at _Ibarra Design, man.
All right. And guys, you can follow the podcast at Puro Pinche Sports on Instagram. Follow the podcast at Pinche Sports Pod on Twitter. Follow us on TikTok at Puro Pinche Sports as well. You can always, guys, listen to any of the episodes. If you want to listen to some of the original episodes that are not on YouTube, like episodes 1 through 26, find them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Music. You can find us almost anywhere at this point. We definitely appreciate your support. Even the critics, that hate Art and Alex, those are a lot of fun to read. But for Trey, for Art, I almost say, guys, we are Puro Pinche Sports, and we are out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bitch.